एवरीवन, स्टैंडर्ड 8 स्टूडेंट्स। सो कैसे पढ़ना है वीडियोस के साथ साथ सबसे पहले उसके बारे में जान लेते हैं। तो वीडियोस को देखते देखते सो नहीं जाना है, देखते देखते सिर्फ एंजॉय नहीं करना है। नोटबुक पेन हाथ में लेकर वीडियो देखना स्टार्ट करना है। जैसे जैसे वीडियोस देखते हो, वीडियोस में जो भी क्वेश्चंस मैं लिखता हूँ, वीडियो को स्टॉप करके उस क्वेश्चन को पहले खुद ट्राई करो 2 बार 3 बार। अगर आंसर नहीं आता है तो प्ले करके फिर सॉल्यूशन देखो। ऐसा नहीं कि सॉल्यूशन देख लिया फिर ट्राई किया। चैप्टर के स्टार्टिंग में मैं सारे कंसेप्ट्स एक्सप्लेन कर दूंगा कि वो चैप्टर क्या सिखाता है, क्या है उसके अंदर, उसके सारे कंसेप्ट्स, उसका सारा कंटेंट, डेफिनेशंस, टर्मिनोलॉजीज़, फॉर्मूलास, वो सब कुछ मैं बता दूंगा। और उसके बाद में हम सम स्टार्ट करेंगे। तो लेट्स बिगिन। फर्स्ट लेक्चर ऑफ रेशनल नंबर्स, right? So let us revise what are the different types of the number systems that you already know. So types of number system, ये ऑलरेडी तुम लोग पहले भी पढ़ चुके हो कितने टाइप्स के नंबर सिस्टम है। तो टाइप्स ऑफ नंबर सिस्टम ये तुम लोग पहले भी पढ़ चुके हो कितने टाइप के नंबर सिस्टम्स होते हैं। फर्स्ट वन नेचुरल नंबर्स, राइट? इट इज़ डिनोटेड बाय द कैपिटल N. नेचुरल नंबर्स आर दोज नंबर्स विच स्टार्ट विथ 1 2 3 4 and so on, all positive numbers starting from 1. Then next one we have whole numbers which is denoted by the W, right? Starts from the 0 1 2 3 4 and so on. Next we have integers denoted by I, or there is also one more notation denoted by Z or I. Yes, it is denoted by I or Z. Integers means all the negative numbers, 0 and all the positive numbers. That is what is integers, right? Then we have rational numbers. Rational numbers, it is denoted by the Q. Rational numbers, which is the our topic, right? So rational numbers, what do we mean? Rational numbers means numbers which can be expressed as A upon B form. Fraction format they are expressed. If you are able to express the number in the fraction form, then it is called as a rational number. Let's take an example. Example 3.2. Can you express it in the fractional form? Yes, obviously yes. How? Remove the decimal point. Correct? 5 2s are 10, 16 2s are 32. So 16 upon 5, it is a rational number because it is in the A by B format. Correct? So yes, 3.2 is a rational number. Let us take example second. 2. Can you say that 2 is a rational number? Obviously yes, because 2 can be written as 2 by 1, and since it is in the A by B format, it is called as a rational number. Simply it should be in the A by B format, right? Let us take an example of a mathematical constant pi. Right, mathematical constant pi, its value is 3.143212845 and 371, so on. Its value is never found perfectly. It keeps on repeating some numbers. So such numbers, right, which cannot be expressed. Can you express this number in A by B format? No, it is not possible because there is no end to the number. So such numbers which cannot be expressed in A by B format, these numbers are called as irrational numbers. Irrational numbers, right? So there are numbers which can be expressed in A by B form, and there are numbers which cannot be expressed in A by B form. If you search Google and try to find out the value of pi, its value will keep on going. Similar, root 2. Use calculator or use your mobile to find the value of root 2. Again it will keep on going, 1.41 and so on. Some numbers will keep on coming. It does not have an end. So such numbers which does not have an end or can't be expressed in A by B format, we call them irrational numbers, right? Then all the numbers, they fall into one large category which is called as real numbers. All the numbers, you take any number, take natural number, yes it is a real number. Whole number, yes it is a real number. Integers, yes it is a real number. Rational number, yes it is a real number. Any number you take, it belongs to this category, real numbers. So ultimately we can say that all these numbers, right, natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, rational numbers, irrational numbers, they have come from the real numbers. This is a father of all the number systems, right? So here in this chapter we are going to study in details about these rational numbers. We are going to learn about rational numbers, what to do with them, what arithmetic operations can be performed with the rational numbers. That is what we are going to see. So let us start. So going into details about the rational numbers, the first category which we have in the rational number is positive rational number, right? Then the second category which we have is negative rational number. Then the third category which we have is equivalent rational number. So what do we mean by this? It's very simple. We know rational numbers means the one which can be written in A by B format, right? So let us say any example, 2 by 3 plus 2 by 3, it is a positive rational number. 3, is it a positive rational number? Obviously yes. I said here any number, right, if it exists alone, you can add 1 in the denominator, divided by 1, it is, you can express this as 3 upon 1, hence it is a rational number. There is no sign in the front of the number 3, so ultimately it is a positive rational number, correct? Similarly, if there is a negative sign, right, then it becomes negative rational number. Equivalent rational numbers, what do we mean by equivalent rational numbers? So let us say example, 2 by 3, 4 by 5, 4 by 6, right, 8 by 10, 6 by 9, 16 by 24, right? Now in all these numbers, if you rearrange, then just see this, 2 by 3, right, this is a ratio because it cannot be further cut or further reduced, so it is called as a ratio. Is this a ratio? Yes. So write down, it is again a ratio. Is this a ratio? No, it can be cut. It has a factor 2, so 2 2s are 4, 3 2s are 6. What do you get? 2 by 3, it falls here, so write down 4 by 6. 8 by 10, again this is not a ratio, you can further reduce it, so 4 2s are 8, 5 2s are 10, 4 by 5 it is, so you write down here 8 by 10, right? Then 6 by 9, 2 3s are 6, 3 3s are 9, so it again falls here, 6 by 9. 16 by 24, so 16 by 24, if you cut 2 8s are 3 8s are, so it is again 2 by 3, so 16 by 24. So notice all these numbers, they are equal. So ultimately they are called as equivalent rational numbers. Here also both these numbers are equal. When you reduce them, it again becomes similar to the 4 by 5. So when the numbers are reduced and you obtain the same type of the number, such numbers are called equivalent numbers. So out of all these given numbers, right, 2 by 3, 4 by 6, 6 by 9 and 16 by 24, these are equivalent rational numbers. This is another set of the equivalent numbers. 4 by 5, 8 by 10, these both are equivalent numbers, right? Then next we have representation of a rational numbers on number line. Rational numbers on number line. So how do you represent these numbers which are of the A by B format on a number line, right? So let me take an example. Example is 2 by 3. How will you represent this number 2 by 3 on a number line? So let me draw a number line first, right? You can start with negative, or it is up to you. 0, 1, 2, 3. Show arrows, because it is a number line, it extends till infinity, so showing arrows is very much important, right? Now 2 by 3, where does it falls? Where does it falls? So it will fall somewhere between 0 and 1, right? If you further reduce it into the decimal format, what you get? Something 666 you will get, right? That means it is between 0 and 1. So if you divide this space between 0 and 1, or if you draw 3 equal divisions between 0 and 1, so 1, 2, and this is the third division, 1, 2 and 3, right? So this second division, it represents 2 by 3, correct? Let us take another example. Let's say I give you 6 by 8, right? Now this should be further reduced. We have a factor 2 common, so we should cut and write out in the reduced form. So 3 2s are 6, 4 2s are 8, so this becomes 3 by 4. Again let us draw a number line. 3 by 4, where will it fall? Obviously again it will fall between 0 and 1. Why? Can you tell me why it will fall between 0 and 1? If the denominator is large, right, I will write down here. If denominator is greater than numerator, then number lies between 0 and 1. That is for sure. Again, if you divide and see, what will you get? I'll do it here. So 4 divided by 3, 0.0, 7s are 28, 2, 0, 5s are 0.75. It is again between 0 and 1. So I'll write down here -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, right? 3 by 4. So I'll have to draw 4 parts between 0 and 1. So 1, 2, 3, and this is the fourth part, right? So out of these 4 parts, 1, 2 and 3, this third line, it represents 3 by 4. Simple. Let us take another example. So if we take an example of, let's say 13 by 2, this is different as compared to this both. Now here denominator is not greater. So what will we do? What do we do here? We convert it into the mixed fraction. So what it will be? It will be 6 2s are 12 plus 1, 13 upon 2. It can be written as 6 integer, 1 upon 2, correct? Now how will you plot this one on a number line? So this can be further written as 6 plus half. Obviously yes. So now let us plot this on the number line. So this is a number line. I will start with 1, 2, 3, all India free. Right? 6 and half. So after 6 you draw 2 parts. So this is the one and this is the second part. So 1, So correspondingly the first part, this represents half. So now this part 6 and half, this part what does it remember? It represents 6 and the half it represents. Simple. Let us see one more example. Let us say I take an example of 9 by 10. Again the denominator is greater, so it will fall between 0 and 1, right? So how will I plot it on the number line? So again you will have to start from the, you can start 0 1 2, right? Enough. Now since you have to draw 10 parts, so you please make sure that the distance between the number is large. 0 1, I'll take 2 here. Now I want to draw 10 parts. You can use a scale for that, right? Take a scale, right, and draw the 10 different parts. So I'll use my scale and I'll draw 10 parts here. So 10 parts will be 1 2 3 4 5 No, it's not comfortable. So 1 2, here will be 3. I'll rub out this 0. So I want 10 parts. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and then this 10th part is 2, right? I have drawn only two numbers, 1 and 2, right? Your number line will become very large if you want to draw 10 more parts. So now here 9th part, where is the 9th part? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, right? So this is the 9th part, so this represents 9 upon 10, correct? Let us take one more example, right, for this number line. I'll take an example of 48 by 10, right? This can be further reduced. 5 2s are 10 and this will give me 24, correct? Now convert this into mixed fraction. Since denominator is greater, denominator is small, then what to do? Convert into mixed fraction. If denominator is large, then the number between 0 and 1, but here the denominator is smaller as compared to the numerator, so convert into mixed fraction. Do it. What it will be? Correct? 4 integer, 4 upon 5, 5 4s are 20, 20 plus 4. This can be written as 4 plus 4 upon 5, right? Now let us plot this on the number line. So this is my number line. I start from 2 3 4 5. I have to draw 5 parts after 4. 5 parts after 4. Here what we did? 2 parts after 6, right? 1 2. So similarly here I'll draw 5 parts after 4. So 1 2 3 4, and this is the 5th part, right? You should draw your number line very perfectly. Distance between the numbers must appear same. In case you need more number of parts, then the distance between the number must be large, right? You should use your scale for that. So this is it. Now after 4, I have to go 4 steps. So 1 2 3 4. So this number now represents 4 integer, 4 upon 5. Simple. I hope it's very clear to you. Next important property we have is density property of a rational number. What do we mean by density property of a rational number? Density property of rational number. Density property of a rational number. That means, what does it mean? It means there lies infinite numbers between two integers. What does this mean? It means that between any two integers, between 4 and 5 or between 3 and 4, between any two integers there can be infinite numbers. Obviously yes, right? Let me take an example. If I take an example of let's say if I take an example of, let's say, 2 by 100, right? Let me reduce it further. 1 upon 50, correct? So 1 upon 50 means what? 1 upon 50, denominator is greater, so denominator is greater, so this number will lie between 0 and 1. So 0 and 1. Now how many parts you are supposed to make? 50 parts. So see here, that is what the statement mean, that there can be any numbers, there can be infinite numbers between the two given numbers. There can be infinite numbers between the two given numbers, right? That is what this property mean. Next topic is comparison between the rational numbers. Comparison between rational numbers. Comparison means obviously which is greater, which is smaller, right? Comparison in the sense you will identify which is the greater number or which is the smaller number, or you will arrange in ascending order, or you will do arrangement in the descending order. All such things includes in this topic. So let us understand how will you compare the two numbers. So I'll show that with the help of an example. So let's take an example. You have been given 2 by 3 and 4 by 5. Question is, which is greater number? Which is greater? So which number is greater? How will you identify? To identify which number is greater, you'll have to take an LCM. Take LCM. So what will be the LCM of 3 and 5? LCM of 3 and 5, what it will be? Both are prime numbers, so LCM will be 15, right? Since LCM is 15, 3 will be multiplied by 5. In the denominator, you also have to compulsorily multiply the same number in the numerator. That is an LCM rule. Similarly here, 5 will be multiplied with the 3 to make it 15, and the same 3 will be also multiplied in the numerator. So now 10 by 15, this number becomes 12 by 15. Which one is greater? Obviously this one is greater. So what is your answer? So you will write down, answer is 4 by 5. This is 4 by 5 is greater than 2 by 3, correct? If the question for the same, if the question is which is smaller, so how will you write down your answer? For the same numbers, if the question is which is smaller, then how will you write down your answer? So your answer will be, right, 2 by 3 is smaller than 4 by 5. So just see the difference in the presentation of the answers. Numbers are same, method is same, but the presentation of answer is different depending upon the question asked. Next we'll take one more example, right? Let us say the number given to us is right. Question is find greatest number, find smallest number, arrange in ascending order. Ascending order, I hope everyone know, that is smaller to bigger number. So to find anything among the rational numbers, the first step is take LCM, right? So here also, what will be the LCM of 2, 8, 5, 3 and 6? What will be the LCM? Let us find out, right? So 2, 8, 5, 3, 6, taking 2, 1 2s are 2, 4 2s are 8, 3 2s are 6, then 2 2s are 4, 5 3 3, right? Now all are prime numbers. Now 3 is there, 1 2 5 1 and 1. So simple. Now multiply. 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 12, 12 2s are 24, 24 5s are 120, right? So 120 is the LCM. Let us multiply the LCM with the denominator. So what will be the next step? Write down all the numbers: 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 3 by 8, 4 by 5, 1 by 3, 4 by 6. What will you multiply with the 2? So it becomes 120, 60. So 60 will be multiplied in the denominator as well as numerator. What will you multiply with the 8 to make it 120, right? So it will be, if you don't know, then you can just divide 120 by 8, 15, right? So 15 in the denominator, 15 in the numerator. What will you multiply with the 5 to make it 120? It will be 24, right? Here also you will multiply 24. What will you multiply with the 3? 40. Numerator also you will multiply 40. With 60 you have to multiply 20. Next step. So this number will become 60 upon 120. This number will become 45 upon 120. This number 96 upon 120. 40 upon 120. 80 upon 120. Correct? Now the first part, what does it says? Identify the greatest number. So which one is bigger? 96 upon 120. So it resembles 4 upon 5, right? This is equivalent to 4 upon 5. So you will write down here 4 upon 5 is greatest number. Correct? Then next part, find the smallest number. So which one is the smallest number? 40 upon 120. 40 upon 120 is equivalent to 1 by 3. So 1 by 3 is smallest number. Now ascending order means from small to big. So what will be our ascending order? First the smaller number, that is this. This corresponds to 1 by 3. Correct? Then after 40 will come 45. So 45 upon 120. This corresponds to 3 by 8. Then 45, 60 upon 120. 60 upon 120 resembles 1 by 2. Then after 60, 80 and then 96. So 80 by 120 resembles 4 by 6 and this resembles 4 by 5. So 4 by 6 and 4 by 5. This is the answer. Very simple. Yes, it is very simple. Next we have absolute value of rational number. Absolute value. What do we mean by this word absolute? So the word absolute means taking positive value. It's nothing but taking positive value, right? I'll show you an example. So let's say you have been given minus 2 by 3. What is the absolute value? So absolute value of minus 2 by 3. Instead of writing words, you can write down the symbolic form. These two parallel lines and the number in between. These two parallel lines are the symbol of absolute value. So absolute value of minus 2 by 3 is 2 by 3. Simple. Another example. Let us say minus 5 by 3. So again the absolute value of minus 5 by 3 will be 5 by 3. Simple. Yes. Now let us do some sums.